Hello you guys, welcome back to my channel. If you are new, my name is Kalyn. Thank you so much for joining us. Today's video is going to be something completely different. I will be talking about why I was such a in high school. Okay, I will go into exactly what I mean for that because there's a lot more to it than just the title and what you're probably thinking in your head right now. So if you want to kind of understand the breakdown of middle school and high school, and sadly sometimes nowadays even in elementary, then just keep on watching. Now, this is going to be, I'm sorry if I sound like I'm rambling a lot in this video. It's just, this is kind of actually a very touchy subject for me and a lot of people out there watching. So pretty much I wanted to make this video because I do live streams twice a week on my Instagram. And last week, I believe it was, or maybe 2 weeks ago, depending on when I post this video, there was a girl who came onto my live chat when we were talking about, you know, how it was in high school. And there was a few people that came on from my hometown. And she had made a comment, and this isn't the exact wording, so don't quote me on this, but it was something to the effect of, in high school, she thought that I was, you know, the B word, or she thought that I was stuck up because I kept to myself and I didn't really like mingle. I pretty much want to address that and explain why I was the way I was, and this is probably the case for a lot of people. This video is hopefully to help others out there suffering from the same thing or that has suffered from the same exact thing. And I think that that's a huge thing that a lot of people don't realize is that kids in middle school and high school and even elementary nowadays, they may be acting a certain way at school because you don't know what goes on behind closed doors in any situation, for any life. You don't know. So the kid that you see at school that, you know, bullies people and, you know, beats them up and picks on them, you know, maybe they're being bullied at home. And so they're in return doing the same thing to others because they either A, think it's acceptable, or B, are taking it out on others because of how traumatized they are. There's so many different situations. So I guess my main point is that you don't know what's going on behind closed doors. For example, for me, yes, it started at middle school. I was picked on, I was bullied, I got in fights, I was probably called every name in the book. You know, told I was fat, I was ugly, I wasn't good enough, I barely had any friends. I had a few close friends and that was really it. I hung out with like the goth kids or the emo kids or scene kids or, you know, whatever you want to call it. And because of that, I was judged and I was picked on because I went through a phase. And on top of the fact that, you know, I was different from other people, I had things going on in my home that nobody probably knew about. I didn't have the best home life. My parents divorced before I was even 1. And so I lived week on, week off between my dad and my mom. And I don't really want to go into detail because I'll become just like a hot sloppy mess. But it wasn't a good home life. I went through a lot of stuff when I was younger. So because of that, it made me, you know, have to grow up really, really fast. And because I had to grow up fast, I didn't necessarily have a childhood, as you'd like to say. And so I was always kind of more ahead of the game than other kids. Like where kids had a different frame of mind, I didn't. I wasn't there. I was, in a sense, more mature than them. Like I said, because I had to grow up faster to take care of myself and, you know, build that wall. So that was already hard enough trying to become friends with people and be sociable and all of that stuff. And so it made a bunch of things harder. So then going on to high school, I went back to normal. No emo, no goth, no scene, no whatever. But I started doing pageants a lot more, like more aggressively. And that was the one thing in my life that made me happy at that time. I was self-harming still. I felt like I was still fat and not good enough, and so the one thing that made me happy was pageants. That was the one thing that made me happy. So I was very proud of that. I felt worth something. doing pageants and winning made me feel beautiful all the times that I was told I wasn't. It made me feel confident. It made me feel like I could make friends. And so when I was very proud of that and I, showed that at school, I think people took that as boastful and they began to pick on me and they did terrible things. They called me, told me that they wanted me to die, that they would kill me. Some person knocked over my mailbox one night when I came home from school. High school was rough, man. And my story probably isn't even the worst. There are kids out there who probably have been, had the living daylights kicked out of them. And this is a huge reason why I wanted to make this video, to kind of A, tell my story, but B, also try and kind of make a voice for others out there who might be struggling, because I did self-harm. There are many points in my life where I didn't want to be alive because of everything that was going on, A, at home, and then B, on top of that, at school. I switched schools after I had been bullied so bad at one school, so I switched to another school, and even there, it didn't really get much better. Because I had been so badly bullied at one school, when I went on to the next, I completely separated myself from everybody. I kept my head down, I went to my classes, and I didn't really try and make friends. And because of the fact that I really kept to myself, a lot of people took that as, oh, she's being snooty, and she's, doesn't want to talk to other people, so she thinks she's better than us. And a lot of people took that as me kind of shutting them out and thinking that I was better than them. So again, they didn't like me because of that. But in general, everything that was going on at home and everything that had happened to me in my past at other schools made me be an introvert and made me just want to keep my head in the sand and pretend like no one was around me so I wouldn't be bullied. In return of me not wanting to get attention, I got more. Which is the craziest thing. It kind of, talking to a few people that I actually went to high school with, and I'm completely fine now with, they straight up told me, like, listen, we thought that you were a and that you were stuck up because you decided to not talk to anybody as if you were better than us. And that wasn't the case at all. So I guess that's my story. That's just a little tidbit, a little sprinkle of what I went through. But the bottom line is that I want the message to get across, and I want this video to kind of express and get to people out there that take a second to get to know someone before you judge them. If you have no idea what's going on in their life. You have no idea the hardships that they may have gone through or that are currently going through. So before you tell that kid who has his head down in the corner, who's not looking at you, what's that freak doing? Maybe say hi and say, how's your day going? So take a second to just smile at someone you pass by. Even if you don't know them, they look weird, they don't dress up to standards of today's fashion, just smile at them, because maybe it could make their day better. You have no idea what's going on behind closed doors. So I guess that's kind of my little ramble for the day. I just wanted to make this video because when that person wrote to me on my live chat and told me that that's the way that they felt about me, it really made me take a step back and say, well, why did they think that way about me? Because I never once wanted to be that person or come across as that person who, was mean, or that I picked on people, or that, I thought that I was better than somebody, because my entire life I was always told that I wasn't good enough. So I never wanted to be that person. So that's why I made this video. I hope that if you are going through something, that it may have helped you. If, you have a son, daughter, cousin, brother, sister, whatever, maybe you can pass this little information along to them and try and put a better perspective on things and their classmates and their friends, or just, normal people around them in their lives. Maybe put a little bit of a better perspective in their brains. And that's it. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. Leave some love down in the comment section below. I hope everyone takes a second today to just say hi to a stranger, smile at somebody, or, you know, make a new friend. Whatever it may be. I will come up with a new, more positive, high energy, fun tutorial or something like that for my next video. I pinky promise. You know, not too much sappy stuff. But anyway, thank you guys so much for your love and support always. I love you guys so much. And I will see you next time. Bye.